Hello everybody and welcome to another tutorial in camera and lens repair. And this time it will be about the Leica Elmarit-M 2.8 135mm lens. And it's with those goggles kind of. It has a problem. You might see it looks clear, but if we take a little closer look, you can probably see around here on the edge, actually all the way around in the front lens, only the front lens. There is also some fungus in here on the back lens element, both outside and inside, and it's just the same with the front. So I would like to dig into and see if I can clean it out with, hydrogen peroxide 3%. It should be possible, maybe. I don't know how serious it is, the fungus, but let's give it a try. At least we can give it a try to see if we can remove it. So to get the two things here apart, we simply need to unscrew the whole front section here. It will say the focusing system here. It's just connected to the front lens section with the aperture and everything. So the only thing I need to do is I need to have a good grip on here, and also have a good grip on here on the back part, and simply turn it. And you can see I can unscrew it. That's it. There could be a spacer in here, but it was not the case in here, in this lens. So, and that's the only the focusing system, and with the two viewfinder and rangefinder windows. So let's take that, just get here. So the only thing I need to do is to also unscrew the front ring and the tube here, where the lens with the lens name and brand, of course, is set to. I cannot unscrew the actual lens hood, so I need to have a good tool, a rubber tool kind of, and you can probably get those rubber tool, rubber gasket from the hardware store. They have different shapes, or you could maybe use one of those, the gray one. You can have a set of 9 different. I don't know how. I mean, they are not that sticky as the rubber gasket here. They're much more sticky than the gray one, but of course it depends. We can try. I mean, I have been into the lens and take a look, both front and back, to see how it is. And it's only the front and the back lens, not the middle. So let's get that clear. So, but have a good grip down here, and then it should be possible to actually unscrew the front. We can try with this one. It fits actually very good into the groove, and then so that's it. And that's actually that. There's nothing special about this. You can see here, it's just a tube and a hood. That's it. Now, then we need to take off the ring here. It will say there are 2 notches here, one there and one there. So we can unscrew that ring here. But before doing so, because we need to have a reference mark, and in this case it will be the white dot here, this one, which is my reference mark when I take out the lens element. So this comes out, and when I take it out with a lens sucker, just a small one, they are actually from Japan Hobby Tool. Nice little thing. And no, I'm not sponsored by any company, so make that clear. So you see, this dot will be in line with the when I take out the lens element itself. There are many ways of you can get a ring like this off. You can use a lens tool like this. It's just an old compass, which I have filed and grind the 2 pins here so they fit in here. But I actually prefer to make my own tools. So this is just a hole saw, like one of those, where I simply left out 2 teeth and file and grind them to correct shape. You can get those in many different sizes. So those pins goes into here, there, and the other one. And just so we have that clear, inside here there is something like 53 millimeter. So the tool has to be something like 53 millimeter. See. So now it's much easier to take it apart, because then I can just put it in and it cannot come out of place. So have a good grip on here, and then good grip on the tool, and then I can unscrew it. So you see, that's very easy. You can probably buy those, some of those on the internet, but I just make it my own. And then we are ready to take out the front lens element. I need to have a stand so I can put the lens on. If we can see this here. But as I told earlier, the mark here goes all the way up here, and then when I take out the lens element, press this on, and then I can wiggle it out. You see, since I've already been into the lens, we simply need to set a mark here. And it's also a good thing to have an arrow, so you know which direction. If you turn it the wrong way, well, you will have a problem. So now I can put this on the stand here, and I think I will do the front first, the inside. Maybe I should do the outside. Yeah. Yeah, I think I will, when I turn it, maybe it's a little too, yeah, it's a 52.8 millimeter I use here. So I think I will do the front first. and maybe we can see it with a little torch. There is definitely a lot of, it's difficult for the camera to focus, but you can see there is a lot of not so good. And funny enough, the next lens element, there is nothing. I mean, nothing. It looks so fine. So I'll do the front part first. Where is my mark here? Yeah, there. Fine. And then I will just use hydrogen peroxide. And of course, a peg pad, lens wipes. You know those. I like them because they come in a handy plastic bag, so it's not a problem for me. So now let's just use a lot of this. So, and hopefully we can do something. So I will just, well, we could try to, somebody mentioned that we can just hold on to the wipe and go around in circles, and maybe it will work, because there doesn't have to be much pressure on it. Maybe. And we can just give it another go. But since the coating is quite hard, because then if it was not that hard, you could probably not clean your lens with a. So I will just do this with a very light finger and go around in circles, and probably so. And I will just check for now. And I will use some lighter fluid. That's just normal lighter fluid. And simply add it to here. And with a very light finger, just to hold it down. It will be interesting to see if it's possible. Well, we just take another one. And I like to use the lighter fluid to actually do the final cleaning. Now, this is interesting. Will it work? Well, at least it looks like there is not really anything on the front of the lens element. But, so I'm more into what's on the other side. It will be very interesting to see how good it will go. I think this hydrogen peroxide is, well, kind of a magic fluid. And we will just, with a very light finger, I barely touch. It's just to move the lens wipe around. And then it's very exciting. So how can we, so and we give it another go. And we need to give it a third time with a new. To do the final cleaning. Now, what do you think? Do you think it is away or not? Well, wow. No, that's amazing. That's just amazing. I mean, it disappeared. It just disappeared. Very, very interesting. Whew. Now that's something special. But I need to actually, what would I say? I need to actually do something inside the lens. I mean the front here, because the fungus, of course, it will be in here. There are spores of it, I guess. So I think I will just add a tiny amount of hydrogen peroxide on a cotton bud and simply wipe it around here inside, just to get rid of, maybe there are some spores in here, I don't know. But I mean, the next lens element looks really good, so I will not do anything about it. I mean, with that. So we can just get rid of it. And then put the front lens in again. And say that's all fine. So we then need the lens sucker and find the mark, and also my mark here. Then I can simply put the front lens in again. Wow. Now that's amazing. That's just amazing. And then I can add the, yeah, it is the same again. I need to actually clean the front ring here, because there could be spores in here. I mean, the lens is old, but as my friend told me, the lens has been in a high humidity and in a dark place. So I think it will be fine for now. So put the front ring lens ring again, and we can just screw the ring in so it is kind of a flush, and then use the tool whatsoever you use a tool to screw the lens element tight and good. So that's it. Oh, I have something on my finger. Just need a lens cloth. Funny enough, if you when you exhale, the what do you say, the dim will actually also clean a lens element if there is haze on it. But I prefer the hydrogen peroxide. Now, the back lens group, I mean the lens element, because that's the more hopefully you can see there's any. I know it's difficult. Maybe if I put some torch on it, some light, yeah, you can see there's so all the way around, just like the same as it was with the frontal. So my mark here, and then I use a gasket again. It's a 46mm gasket from the hardware store. You could probably also use one of those rubber cones, and let's see what size. Okay, so number 4, size number 4 is actually also good. Just keep those away. So it doesn't really matter what you choose, but yeah, the number 4 is fine. Just put it on and have a good grip, and then we can unscrew this ring here. You see, there is fungus inside the back lens here on both sides. I know it because I have been into it. But so there will also be fungus here on the inside of the ring. So I need to actually give it a little hydrogen peroxide inside the ring, and just go all the way around. So hopefully it will be killed or whatever said. So I think that is fine. Yeah, I can just use a dry cotton bud to go around here, and that's fine. So next is my lens sucker. My dot here should be in line with the lens. So we also have to set a small mark, and this is more, if you look here, I already set an arrow in here, and this is very important with this lens element because it's actually flat on both sides. So how can you determine it turns that way or the other? Well, that's the arrow. And I can tell, well, this is more this side towards, you will say here, this side towards the lens assembly is more convex. It will say it more like this, and the other side is actually even flat or more concave. It's not that much, but if you turn it that way, it will not work. No. So that's why you have to set a mark and arrows, so you know the exact direction of the lens element. But as we can see here, hopefully it's easier to see, there is a lot of fungus in here. It's difficult for a glass element for the camera to focus, and it's yeah, it is on both sides, but mostly on the inside. It would say that side. So now we can try to do the exact same thing as the other with the other lens. Just need to have a stand where you can stay nice and clean. And let's see. I think I will do the outside first. Yeah, that's probably better. So, and with a smaller lens wipe, and I have to do some of them. So I cut them in a smaller piece. It will be more economic. So that's fine. And then we can have a little go with this. Just to go around circles. It's not easy with a small, maybe it's better to use the bigger one, but yeah. We all have our different way of doing things. So there. That's all fine. And then I can use another one to actually wipe away with some lighter fluid. And of course it needs to have at least 2 goes. And another go. Yeah. Now I can flip it over. And of course the inside of the lens is much more attached to the fungus. So I can just use a new one here. It is so interesting. So there's really a lot. So we can just go around in circles very gently. I do not really press much on the wipe. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, then there we use another one of those. Yeah. Well, it's empty. Okay, I need another one. Hold on a second. So get another bottle of yeah, will be the same. And we can do it again. Now, very, very interesting. So there was actually fungus on this lens, but luckily it's actually gone. I think it's amazing, just amazing. So the only thing I need to do is actually to put it in again and say that's all fine. Then I have my mark, I have my mark here, my arrow, so I can just put it in here. That's it. Amazing, just amazing. So, and then tighten it good. A little thing, if you want to go further into the, let's say, the middle lens element in here, or the aperture assembly, you need to unscrew this, and it is extremely tight. Even if I use this one, a cotton bud, and a lot of isopropyl alcohol on this screw, you really have to be very, very careful and use a 1.5 millimeter screwdriver. And when you unscrew it, you just use it, and then you add more isopropyl alcohol, then you wiggle with the screw, loosen it more, and then you add another go, and then it will take some time, but don't force the screw to come out because it's very tight. You have to loosen up the thread lock in there, and it took me, well, 15 times with cotton buds, isopropyl alcohol, cotton buds, and then but finally it came loose. But it's not the case here, so I will just put this in again in the lens, I mean the focusing assembly, and say that's all fine. Click. Then tighten it good. Add the front ring here, go a little backward. It says click there. Then you screw it in. There might be a little hole here. I mean, it looks like there has been wax or something, but there was no screw in this one, and maybe it's, well, meant to have a screw. I don't know, but it wasn't in here. So that's it. I mean, that was actually kind of easy peasy in a way. So it looks like new to me. So hope you enjoy the content and can use it to clean your lens element. It's not every time it works, but in this case it came out with a good result. That's all for me. See you sooner. Bye bye.